So this video is for you, Connie, to talk about the questions you answered. I'm going to answer the first 4 questions in this video and kind of discuss those. The other questions will be coming in a later video, but at least the first 4 questions I can get to right now. So we're going to first build a graph to discuss this. So first we build a graph because we need to discuss where these lines are going to go. So if we have an equation, let's just call it y equals 2x plus 1. Okay, we're going to make a line for this. First, you asked what a y-intercept and an x-intercept mean in a simple and basic way. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, this axis right here, where the line crosses this line. The x-intercept is where this line crosses this line. So if we have a line that goes like this, which is kind of how it would go, we would have a one right here and one right here. This would be our y-intercept, and this would be our x-intercept. So let's actually do this with a line. So here, to find those, what we would do is we would take, and wherever y is 0, wherever y is 0 is where it crosses the x-axis, because y would be at 0. And I'll explain that in a minute. So we set y equals 0. And then we solve for y, or solve for x. We get 2x, or we get x equals, I'm having issues, x equals negative 1/2. Because here we divide by 2 after we're minusing 1. And we get negative 1/2. So at negative 1/2, so in between 0 and negative 1, this is negative 1, this point here is 0, 0. It's called the origin. Our x-intercept falls somewhere right there. At the point, so our x-intercept so when you have a fraction in a Cartesian point, we get in between 2 lines on our point system. In between each line on our point system is a bunch of decimals and fractions. So if you're somewhere between 1 and 2, say you have 3 halves, that means you're somewhere in between 1 and 2 on the graph. The numbers we choose and where they go on the graph are arbitrary. They're just whatever we choose. So whatever we choose to scale it by. So I could scale by 2s or 1s. But whatever is in between is your graph. Something to look at, if I can show you like this. A good way to look at it is to go to the website called Desmos. So if we go to this website, it will, we go to this website, it will show us how to do graphing. So I'm going to kind of explain a little bit about graphing using this. So if you see, we have a graph here, 2 to 2 and 2 to 2, right? So this one's scaled by 2s. But you notice all the little lines in between? If we zoom in, those little lines get 9s. Now we're scaled by 1s. So in between each 1 and 2, so right about here should be 0.5. We zoom in, we should get, yep, there's 0.5. Now we're at 0.5. So you see how it's in between negative 1 and 0? So this is 1/2. If we go up again, if we go back again, if we go deeper, it's just going to keep getting smaller and smaller as we get towards 0. Now we're at really small numbers, but that's because every number between 1 and 0 is contained in this line right here, from this line to this line. So that's why you can get a fraction in these Cartesian points. It just means in the middle or somewhere near that. If we had negative 3/4 x and 0y, we would be somewhere in right about here. And so you see that there's a way to make that work every time. And I hope that helps in the explanation of why we can have a fraction when you get a fraction from that. Now we're going to talk about how to find your y-intercept. We set x equal to 0 and solve for y. 2x, or 20, plus 1 equals y. 2 times 0 is 0, so we get 0 plus 1 equals y. It's 1. So now we get y. Our y-intercept is 0, 1. So this is going to talk about how to find where the y is. So we go up 1 over 0. So our point is right there. So if you see that, now we have 2 points we can form a line, right? But more importantly, we have the intercepts. It's where they cross either the y-axis or the x-axis. And it's denoted by this 0 here, or the 0 here. That's how you know it's an intercept point. If it's got a 0, it's an intercept point. And that'll help you determine how to figure it out. So again, plug 0 into the equation for the variable you're not looking for. So either x if you're looking for the y-intercept, or y if you're looking for the x-intercept. And then you create a point from that system, and that gives you what you're looking for. So I hope this helps on that. I'll make another video for slope.